Hi friends, this is Mara again with another childhood hours video. Today, we're going to the Netherlands, and I want to start with a scene. It's 6 o'clock in the evening, a small Dutch home. The whole family, parents, kids, sometimes a grandparent, is at the table. Bread, cheese, a candle in the middle, maybe a small vase of tulips. The TV is off, the phones are away. Dinner started exactly when it was supposed to. And it will end exactly when it should. Outside, kids are still cycling home from school by themselves. 8 years old, 9, 10, backpacks bouncing, no adult escort, just children on their bikes going where they need to go. This is the Netherlands, and by almost every measure that exists, the children growing up here are the happiest in the world. The Netherlands is a small country, about 17 million people. A piece of land mostly below sea level, held back from the ocean by windmills, dikes, and centuries of stubborn engineering. And to understand how children are raised here, you need to understand one word: gezellig, or in noun form, gezelligheid. It's almost impossible to translate. People say cozy, people say warm, people say togetherness. None of those are quite right. Gezellig is what happens when the lighting is just so. The company is right. Nobody is checking the time. Nobody is trying to be somewhere else. It's the feeling of being completely present together and content. And it is the foundation of Dutch family life. When a baby is born in the Netherlands, the system does something quietly extraordinary. Within hours of the birth, a specialized nurse arrives at the family's home, and she stays for 8 days. She helps with feeding, with bathing, with watching the baby's health. She teaches the parents what to do. She even does some light housework so the family can simply rest. This is not a luxury service. This is standard. Nearly every Dutch family receives it. Insurance covers it. The country has decided that the first week of a child's life is too important to leave the parents alone. And then begins the Dutch parenting philosophy of the 3 R's. Rust, reinheid, regelmaat. Rest, cleanliness, regularity. Babies in the Netherlands are put on a schedule almost immediately. Naps at the same times, meals at the same times, bedtime at the same time, every day. And the result? Dutch babies sleep more than babies in almost any other country in the world. The Dutch say, a rested baby is a calm baby, and a calm baby grows into a calm child. Now, here is a fact that surprises everyone. Dutch children eat chocolate sprinkles on their bread. For breakfast. Hagelslag. It is a rite of passage, toast, butter, a generous shower of dark or milk chocolate sprinkles on top. Bread is bread, sprinkles are sprinkles. The child eats. Life goes on. And what Dutch parents care about deeply is unstructured play. Children play outside. They play in the street, they play in the rain. There's even a Dutch word, uitwaaien, for going outside in bad weather just to blow the cobwebs off. Children play without adults hovering. The cultural assumption is that play is not something for grown-ups to manage. It's the child's actual job. And boredom is not a problem to fix. It's a doorway to imagination. Formal school in the Netherlands begins at age 4, the youngest in our series so far. But, and this is critical, it is school in name only. Dutch 4-year-olds spend their days playing, drawing, building, singing, pretending. There are no formal lessons, no homework, no testing pressure. The first 2 years of school are essentially structured kindergarten. Real academics begin later, slowly, with the assumption that children will get there when they're ready, and not a moment before. Now, when you compare this to South Korea, there is a striking contrast. Around age 12, Dutch children take a test called the Doorstroom Tots, the transition test. And yes, it matters. It helps determine which secondary school track they enter. But there are no flights grounded, no police escorting children to the test, no parents waiting in the cold for 8 hours. In the Netherlands, the test is one data point. The teacher's recommendation, the child's interests, and the family's wishes all carry equal weight. If a child doesn't fit one track, they can switch tracks later. This is not a sprint toward a single moment. It's a series of small, adjustable steps. Dutch children are independent earlier than most. They cycle alone to school starting around age 8. They walk to friends' houses. They run errands. By their teens, they're moving through cities entirely on their own. The most iconic image of Dutch childhood is probably the bakfiets, the cargo bike. 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 children loaded into a wooden box on the front of a bicycle, with a parent pedaling calmly behind them. But by age 8 or 9, those same children are pedaling themselves. And round the dinner table, something interesting happens. Dutch parents talk to their children like they are people. Children are expected to share their opinions, to disagree, to negotiate. The Dutch approach to discipline is rarely because I said so. It's let's discuss what's fair. This is not permissiveness. The Dutch are firm, direct even, famously direct. But the firmness comes after explanation. And the assumption is that the child is fully capable of understanding the reasons behind a rule. There is a Dutch saying that captures the parenting philosophy here perfectly. Doe maar gewoon, dan doe je al gek genoeg. Just act normal. That's already crazy enough. Dutch culture does not push children to be exceptional. It does not chase achievement. The goal of childhood here is not to produce a high-achieving adult. The goal is to raise a happy, grounded human being who is comfortable being ordinary. That is, radical, in a world that increasingly tells children they need to be extraordinary to matter. And the data, for what it's worth, suggests this works. In 2025, UNICEF once again ranked Dutch children the happiest in the world. 87% of Dutch 15-year-olds say they are satisfied with their lives. They top the rankings in mental health, in physical health, in academic and social skills, all three, simultaneously, which is rare. The Dutch did not set out to win this ranking. They just raised their children the way they always have. Now, no parenting culture is perfect. Dutch directness can shade into bluntness, even harshness. The pressure to be ordinary can stigmatize children who don't fit the mold. Neurodivergent kids, kids who are unusually intense, kids who need things to be a little different. And the Netherlands, like every country, struggles with inequality between native-born and immigrant families. The happiest children rankings do not capture everyone equally. But, and this is true everywhere, the strengths and the weaknesses of a culture come from the same root. So, what does the Netherlands say about what a child needs? Finland says, a child needs freedom. South Korea says, a child needs preparation. Brazil says, a child needs belonging. The Netherlands says, a child needs space. Space to be ordinary, space to be bored, space to figure themselves out. Without anyone hovering over the result. 4 countries, 4 completely different answers to the same question, and under all 4, children are growing up loved. So what's the thread running through all of this? I think it's this. The Dutch have built a culture that trusts children to find their own size, not too small, not too large, just themselves. And the work of being a Dutch parent is mostly the work of not getting in the way. That kind of trust is its own quiet kind of love. There's a Dutch word for this, and it has been quietly traveling around the world. Niksen, the art of doing nothing. Niksen is not laziness, it's not procrastination, it is the deliberate practice of being unproductive. Staring out a window, sitting on a bench, letting your mind wander with no goal at all. The Dutch teach Niksen to their children by giving them what most modern children don't have, time without an agenda. And what looks like emptiness is actually where childhood happens. Niksen, here's something to sit with. What was your favorite kind of nothing when you were a child? The boredom that turned into a daydream, or a game, or just a moment you still remember. If this episode made you feel something, if you learned something, or if you see something about your childhood a little bit differently, that's exactly what this series is for. Subscribe so you don't miss our next stop. And if you haven't seen Finland, South Korea, Nigeria, Brazil, India, or Japan yet, they are the perfect companions to this one. Many countries, many completely different ways of loving a child. I'm Mara. See you next time. Bye, friends.